Assessment supports quality learning, promotes student-centered learning, and ensures each student's diversities and vulnerabilities are catered for within the curriculum. Assessment is the most useful and relevant teaching and learning resource available. Assessment helps to establish strengths and weaknesses and create learning and teaching experiences which will empower both the teacher and students. Assessment informs instruction. Assessment for learning is a valuable form of assessment as it supports planning, motivates students, and activates prior knowledge. Pre-testing and ongoing assessment strategies are valuable in establishing and tracking students' progress and development, as well as providing teachers and parents with the information to support and challenge children in key relevant learning areas. It is important that the feedback is timely, relevant, and positive. The main purpose for formative observation is to determine the degree of mastery of any given task and to pinpoint the part of the task which is not yet mastered. In saying this, students should not feel as though they are being judged, but as though they are being assisted and motivated to progress. Assessment should help in inspiring students to devise goals that are attainable, measurable, and challenging. Quality assessment reflects quality learning and teaching. Findings from the National Study Group of Academic Ability suggest that the quality of instructional sequence, including assessment, has a bearing on students' ability to learn. High-stakes testing was an argumentative and challenging topic to have a direct stance on. There are many varying opinions in schools and throughout the community. The general consensus I found from conversations with university students studying education was that high-stakes testing was causing damage to student and teacher well-being and having a negative impact on our curriculum. I was surprised when discussing that plan with many professionals from varying schools in the education field that they found significant value in that plan. It was interesting to see what different schools valued about the high-stakes testing. The schools used high-stakes testing to view gaps in their curriculum and view common patterns from students. Other schools valued the ability to ensure that constant growth was developing throughout the whole school. Each school saw similar limitations in the testing, which I expected, but I was interested and surprised to hear the positive comments about the test. Graham Wiggins is a globally recognised assessment expert. His theories and the role of assessment reflect those of mine. Wiggins recognises the dynamic and constant need for new and improved learning goals, assessment, and instruction. He discusses the need for teachers to take an active role in informed judgment about the purpose of assessment and the content that is being assessed. Attached is an interview with Wiggins as well as his online version of his book. Whilst researching and observing schools' approaches and strategies towards assessment, I became interested in the inclusion of differentiation, not only in schools' curriculums but also during assessment. Schools were promoting differentiation in instruction, leading to differentiation in assessment, using tools and strategies that accommodate diversity. Assessment is vital to the success of a differentiated classroom. This approach is student-focused and dynamic, ensuring each student's individual needs and strengths are highlighted whilst assessing, focusing on quality, shaping and planning of future learning. In a differentiated classroom, there is a balance between individual and collaborative opportunities for students to make sense of new information. These same opportunities, individual and collaborative, can be offered in an assessment context to allow students to demonstrate what they have learned. Educators seeking to create a differentiated classroom community should start with carefully constructing, purposefully executing assessment.